Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. Srimad Bhagavatam, 6th Canto, Chapter 5, Narad Muni cursed by Prajāpati Dakṣa. Text 24. Sa bhūyaḥ pāñcajanyāyām ajena parisāntvitaḥ putrān ajanayad dakṣaḥ savalāśvān sahasriṇaḥ. Sa bhūyaḥ pāñcajanyāyām ajena parisāntvitaḥ putrān ajanayad dakṣaḥ savalāśvān sahasriṇaḥ. Sa bhūyaḥ pāñcajanyāyām ajena parisāntvitaḥ putrān ajanayad dakṣaḥ savalāśvān sahasriṇaḥ. Sa bhūyaḥ pāñcajanyāyām ajena parisāntvitaḥ putrān ajanayad dakṣaḥ savalāśvān sahasriṇaḥ. Sa bhūyaḥ pāñcajanyāyām ajena parisāntvitaḥ putrān ajanayad dakṣaḥ.
Sa bhūyaḥ pāñcajanyāyām ajena parisāntvitaḥ putrān ajanayad dakṣaḥ savalāśvān sahasriṇaḥ.
Sa bhūyaḥ pāñcajanyāyām ajena parisāntvitaḥ putrān ajanayad dakṣaḥ savalāśvān sahasriṇaḥ.
Mataji's.
Sa bhūyaḥ pāñcajanyāyām ajena parisāntvitaḥ
Sa Prajāpati Dakṣa bhūyaḥ again Pāñcajanyāyām in the womb of his wife Asiknī or Pāñcajani, ajena by Lord Brahmā, parisāntvitaḥ being pacified, putrān sons, ajanayat begot, dakṣaḥ Prajāpati Dakṣa, savalāśvān named the Savalāśvas, sahasriṇaḥ numbering 1,000. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. When Prajāpati Dakṣa was lamenting for his lost children, Lord Brahmā pacified him with instructions. And thereafter, Daksha begot 1,000 more children in the womb of his wife, Pāñcajanyī. This time, his sons were known as Savalāśvas. So, please repeat after me. When Prajāpati Dakṣa was lamenting for his lost children, Lord Brahmā pacified him with instructions. And thereafter, Daksha begot 1,000 more children in the womb of his wife, Pāñcajanyī. This time his sons were known as the Savalāśvas. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Prajāpati Dakṣa was so named because he was very expert in begetting children. The word Daksha means expert. First he begot 10,000 children in the womb of his wife, and when the children were lost, when they returned home back to Godhead, he begot another set of children known as Savalāśvas. Prajāpati Dakṣa is very expert in begetting children, and Narad Muni is very expert in delivering all the conditioned souls back home, back to Godhead. Therefore, the materialistic experts do not agree with the spiritual expert Narad Muni. But this does not mean that Narad Muni will give up his engagement of chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Om Ajnana Timidandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayham Dadati Swapadantikam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So Daksha was very upset that Narad Muni took away his 10,000 children and made them devotees of Krishna. So at that time, Lord Brahmā came and pacified him. It's alright, you know. When somebody becomes Krishna conscious, the parents should rejoice, not get upset. Because that's the perfection of life. Why are you lamenting, Daksha? Get rid of Maya. Wake up. In Krishna consciousness, you also. So this is how Lord Brahmā instructed Daksha. So Daksha became somewhat pacified, and he created another 1,000 children. Now the question may arise, how is it possible to produce so many children? We have to understand that the personalities like Daksha are from another dimension. They are not from the human platform. They are extremely elevated and extremely powerful individuals. Why should he be surprised if Daksha gave birth to, say, 1,000 children or even 10,000 children? Have you seen the fish? How many children does a fish produce? Unlimited practically, so many. So if a fish can produce so many children, why can't Daksha produce so many children? So the point is, don't bring these personalities down to your level. Human beings have a tendency to think that their level is the ultimate level. But Daksha is not in that position. Daksha's position is far superior, even superior to the demigods. It's very, very exalted personality. And we see that materialistic people even try to drag Supreme Personality of Godhead down to their level. But that's their misfortune. And we have to understand that even in relation to us, there are entities who are, from their perspective, our situation is so exalted. Just consider an ant. If an ant gets to know about human beings' ability, what will the ant think? In the ant society, they're discussing about themselves. And ants cannot see the human beings. We are in another dimension. Ants don't have the sense perception to see us. So if some ant, wise ant, gives them the information about the human beings, what will the other ants think? How is it possible? Isn't it? So similarly, consider our situation is like that of ants compared to those personalities. So we should not think, oh, how is it possible? Just as compared to an ant, human abilities are beyond their imagination, beyond their conception. Similarly, though the situation or ability of those personalities like Dakṣa is beyond our imagination. We are like ants compared to them. Even compared to demigods, we are like a bunch of ants. But we are thinking, oh, we are so capable. So, that is the intelligent understanding. Don't limit yourself to your own limitation. Like, you know the story of Dr. Frog? Another Mr. Frog went and told Dr. Frog of the well, there's a thing called ocean. He came and saw the ocean. So he came and told Dr. Frog about the ocean. So Dr. Frog said, oh, is it? And he said, it's a vast body of water. So the frog of the well says, well, is it twice the size of this well? The ocean? 10 times the size of this well? 100 times the size of this well? 1,000 times the size of this well? Now, in relation, judging it from the perspective of the well, ocean cannot be measured. So similarly, we have a limited perception, limited intelligence, limited understanding. And with our limited understanding, if we try to measure what is beyond our ability or beyond our limited perception, it will be a mistake. Therefore, the intelligent thing is to inform the information that you are getting, accept it. You may not understand, Mr. Frog of the whale may not be able to understand how big the ocean is, but he should try to measure the ocean according to the measurement of the well. Similarly, with our human perception, we shouldn't try to understand the spiritual reality. Not even spiritual reality, even the higher planetary systems. So when the informations come, we should just accept it. Yes, there are 7 higher planetary systems, rather 6 higher planetary systems. There is Bhūloka, where we are in, then Bhubarloka, then Swargaloka, then beyond Swargaloka is Maharloka. Swargaloka is the place where the managers are staying, the managers of this universe, the demigods. Demigods are the managers. But beyond that, where the sages are, their position is far superior to the demigods. Like Maharloka, then Janaloka, then Tapaloka. Tapaloka is the place where the 4 Kumaras preside. And then beyond that is Satyaloka, where Lord Brahmā is dwelling. And beyond that, is the spiritual world. Not just beyond that. Beyond that, beyond Brahma's abode, is the 7 layers of material elements. Layer of earth in a subtle form. Water, fire, air, ether. And then the layer of mind, intelligence. And then finally, there is the layer of Prakriti. Prakriti has her domain, that's the final layer. And beyond that is causal ocean. Because we have to remember, the universe is floating in the causal ocean, like a bubble. It's just one bubble. And this causal ocean is so vast. So vast that all the universes are floating in there, the causal ocean. And beyond that causal ocean is Brahma Jyoti, the spiritual world. And spiritual world is spiritual world is pervaded by Brahma Jyoti. And in that Brahma Jyoti, in that spiritual world, there are innumerable spiritual planets, Vaikuntha Loka. So these informations are available. Now if somebody doesn't want to accept it, that's his misfortune. These informations are not fairy tales. Can fairy tales be so scientific? And can fairy tale tally with all the other descriptions? Like in fairy tales descriptions, one fairy tale doesn't tally with the other fairy tale. One book doesn't tally with another book. But we see in the Vedic scriptures, all the books are saying the same thing. The descriptions are the same. When it comes to creation, they are not contradicting. They are accepting the causal ocean. They are accepting universe. There are many, many universes, different planetary systems, and then beyond this material nature is spiritual world. So why they are all saying the same thing? Now let's go back. The book of physics in a school in Ujjain, a school in Indore, school in Bombay, and school in Calcutta. Will those books of physics say the same thing? Or will they contradict? They'll say the same thing. Why? Because they are dealing with facts. They are dealing with facts. Similarly, the scriptures don't contradict. They are all saying the same thing. Information may not reach to the same level. Like some scriptures may just speak about the heavenly planets. They don't go beyond that. Some go up to the universe. And some may speak about the spiritual world. And about the spiritual information, some scriptures may speak about only Brahma Jyoti. Some scriptures may speak only about Vaikuntha Loka. And some scriptures may speak about Krishna Loka. So, all the scriptures may not give the same descriptions. Like a book of, say, since we are discussing about physics, physics in a high school and physics in college. The same book? No. College physics is giving higher informations from the high school. Then the university physics giving even more information. And then they're branching off into specialization. Astrophysics and various branches of physics. They're going higher and higher. So similarly, scriptures are giving different understandings of different level, up to different level. But they're all speaking about the same thing. And then finally, the scriptures are giving the informations about Krishna Loka. And that's Srimad Bhagavatam. Not all scriptures are giving the information of Krishna Loka. So, this is how we have to see what level of information we are getting. Therefore, different religions also are giving informations about different level. And because of that, the religions are conflicting. Why? Because the religions have accepted as a faith, not as a science. They are saying, my faith, my religious propounder said this, so this is it. And this is my religion. And then ultimately we come to Hinduism. The problem with Hinduism is that Hinduism actually means the religion that's based on Vedic scriptures. And Vedic scriptures is so full of information that it becomes confusing. The other religions, they are simple way. One person gives something, Muhammad said something, they are just accepting that. Jesus Christ said something, they are accepting that. Jehovah said something, they are accepting that. But when it comes to the Vedas, it's not just one or two persons. So many self-realized souls are speaking. And ultimately the Supreme Personality of Godhead is speaking. Therefore, ultimately it should be, His words should be taken as the final. And that's why it's so important that we recognize the importance of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhagavad Gita is words given by, the knowledge given by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Srimad Bhagavatam is the knowledge about that Supreme Personality of Godhead. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is speaking, but Srimad Bhagavatam is saying, who is this Krishna? So, that's why these two scriptures are so important. Because they are giving they're the words about the Lord Himself. So different authorities may have different versions, different presentation of their realizations, but when it comes to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that is where it ends. Because it started off with Him. He gave it to Brahma. And then it expanded into various branches. But then finally He again is coming and He is giving the knowledge. That's Bhagavad Gita. So, information means knowledge. Knowledge means information. Knowledge about the spiritual world is based on informations about the spiritual world. And who is giving those informations? The Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that is how Srila Prabhupada's teachings are so important. People are not, unfortunately, not recognizing that. But it's happening. It's expanding. More and more people are becoming aware of the importance of Prabhupada's teachings. Like 40 years back, there were hardly any Indian in Krishna consciousness. And today there are hundreds of thousands of Indians accepting Krishna consciousness. So that's a good sign. With the passing of time, it will keep on expanding. And I won't be surprised if someday the Indian government becomes Krishna conscious government. Because it's a world of democracy. So if many people become motivated by or inspired by Krishna consciousness, and if there is a Krishna conscious political party, then that political party will be elected by those people. And it will happen. They'll see one after another. Leaders will come. They will give all kinds of promises, but then they all will fail. And Narendra Modi is a good person. He's a good leader. But unfortunately, he's not Krishna conscious. He's Ram Krishna conscious. He's a follower of Vivekananda. Like I notice whenever I see his interviews, there's a bust of Ram Vivekananda there. So that means he is also mixed up. He also doesn't know. Good man, good intention, but he doesn't have the ultimate solution. Ramakrishna doesn't have the solution. Ramakrishna has confusion. He simply created confusion. Ramakrishna and Vivekananda. But Bhagavad Gita is the thing. Gandhi was promoting Bhagavad Gita. He was saying Bhagavad Gita, but he didn't understand Bhagavad Gita. He was carrying Bhagavad Gita. Maybe that was also a political stunt. That Indians believe in Bhagavad Gita, so if I carry Bhagavad Gita, Indians will follow me. They'll appreciate me. But he had his own idea. So anyway, good people, no doubt. Gandhi was a good person. No doubt that Narendra Modi is a good person. Their intentions are good, but they do not know what should be done. A person may be good, but if he doesn't know how to cook, what will he do in the kitchen? So that is what is the problem with these people. Good people, but they do not know what they are meant to do. They are supposed, say for example, if we ask today, just I am giving an example, if we ask Narendra Modi, what do you really want to achieve? What is the goal that you are leading? You are a leader, but where are you leading them? At least, my understanding is that his thing is that to show the world India is the greatest. But India is the greatest in which respect? What is the India's real asset? So that is what people have to understand. I have a lot of respect for Narendra Modi. He's a good man, and I always consider that finally India got a leader. Gandhi was not a leader. Nehru was not a leader. Narendra Modi is a leader. He is leading the nation. But he has so many in one hand he has too many challenges because the whole country is corrupt. And to turn a corrupt country and make it honest is a very, very big challenge. But he is doing a good job. But the problem is that he is not Krishna conscious. Anyway, so I am just mentioning that, to point out what will be the ultimate solution to today's problems. I very strongly feel that there has to be a Krishna conscious political party. And Krishna consciousness will spread. In 20 years, see what has happened. 20 years back, people used to think that ISKCON is a CIA, ISKCON devotees are CIA agents. That means spies from America. That's what they used to feel. They used to think. ISKCON is an organization of spies. But today that misconception has been eradicated. Today no one thinks that ISKCON is CIA. So who knows what may happen in another 10, 20 years. So that's why we have to preach. We have to create awareness among people. And the ultimate solution is just accept the authority of Krishna. He is the supreme creator, he is the supreme maintainer. We are living in his domain, in his creation. He is being maintained by him. So let's accept his authority. Surrender unto him. It's not a very difficult job to surrender unto somebody who is already taking care of us. Krishna is already taking care of us. So why should we surrender unto him? And when we surrender unto him, all problems are solved. Whether we recognize it or not, whether we accept it or not, all the problems are solved. Okay, thank you all very much. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. So as I said, go back to the, just I'll make one point from the purport. There are two functions. One is the functions of Daksha and the other is the function of Narada. Daksha's function is to produce children and Narada's function is to steal them. Not steal them, but engage them in proper business. So those who are Dakshas keep producing children. And those who are agents of Narad Muni, they'll come and take your children away. So don't feel bad about it. Rather work in cooperation. You produce children to offer them to Narad Muni. Then Daksha will be happy, Narad Muni is of course always happy. And the children will also be happy, the whole world will be happy. So Vibhu Chaitanya Das, read it.
Does the verse Chaturvarnya Maya system mean that the four divisions of Brahmana to Shudra also exist in the heavenly planets? Also, is the time in heavenly planets divided as Satya, Treta, Dwapar and Kali?
What's that?
Also, that the time in the heavenly planets is also divided as Satya, Treta, Dwapar and Kali.
You see the time, okay, first of all, no, in the heavenly planets there is no Varnash. No. The heavenly planet is Grihastha ashram. And mainly Kshatriyas and Vaishyas. Mainly, they are not actually in that category. Then beyond that, the higher planetary systems is a region where the Brahmanas are. You can consider the heavenly planet is for the Kshatriyas and householders, and higher planetary systems are for Brahmanas and Brahmacharis and Sannyasis. Brahmachari, Banaprastha and Sannyasi. You got it? And the time moves on that way. That's the influence on the earth planet. Right? This Satya, Treta, Dwapar, Kali, they're the four factors of time which affects the earth planet. Heavenly planet doesn't get affected by that. They get affected in the sense they don't care about the earth planet at the time of Kali Yuga. They are hopeless case. They don't want to get involved.
So I heard in one of your lectures that the words of a great personalities must be recorded. Otherwise, look at Christianity, no one really knows what Jesus Christ actually said. Now, Prabhupada said once that I am not here to make Christians to Hindu, but we are trying to make Christian as good Christian. Now, if we meet a confused Christian follower, what should we do? How can we motivate him towards Christianity if we know that their path is almost unreliable?
Yeah, so Prabhupada says that I'm making the perfect Christians out of Christians and so forth. That means the ultimate perfection of all religious practices is to become a devotee of Krishna. So when you become a devotee of Krishna, irrespective of whether you're a Hindu, Muslim, Christian or Jew, you achieve your perfection. Okay? Any other question? Yes, Radharani?
You mentioned that Dakṣa is even more exalted and
That used to be your name, yeah? Okay.
More elevated than the demigods.
The Daksha is more elevated than demigods. Yeah.
Can you help me understand this?
Beg your pardon?
Can you help me understand this more, please?
Yeah. You see, one of Brahma's sons was Kashyapa. And Kashyapa had many wives. His wives are actually daughters of Daksha. And from one wife, Aditi, came the demigods. So you can see, like Daksha's position is superior to theirs. Yes.
Where is the Baitarani or Birja river? Are they the same?
Yeah, Baitarani and Baitarani I don't know exactly. No, Baitarani is in this universe. That is the region that is separating Jamaraja's kingdom from this planetary system. Right? And Viraja is actually causal ocean. Beyond that, beyond causal ocean is the spiritual world. Beyond Viraja is the spiritual world. Viraja, then Brahma Jyoti or Brahma Loka, then Vaikuntha. Yeah.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj. When Daksha Prajāpati was a Krishna conscious personality, then why did he indulge into blaspheming Lord Shiva?
Daksha was not Krishna conscious. No. Okay, thank you all very much. Okay. Anil Gauranga Das. On what foundation causal ocean is situated? On what foundation? On Krishna's foundation. On the foundation of Krishna's creation. Krishna Das.
Hare Krishna Guru, Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj. Thank you for the wonderful class. Sorry for my limited thinking. In Srimad Bhagavatam 4th canto 27th chapter verse number 22, Kal Kanya cursed Narad Muni that he would not be able to stay in one place for a long time. And in this chapter also in the 43rd verse, Narad Muni will be cursed by Dakṣa. So how can we understand that the same devotee got same curse from two different things?
And as a result of these two curses, the curse became more confirmed. Two persons can give the same curse. Yeah, it can, by Krishna's arrangement, so that Narad Muni will not have a place to settle down. That's the position of a sannyasi, that's the position of a preacher. Prabhupada also didn't want to stay at one place, he just wanted to move. Because going to different places means, coming across different people, different living entities, to give them Krishna consciousness, help them in the spiritual life. Okay? So what are you going to do? So Gaur Premanande, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.